Disney has done it again. Disney is playing the political game once again. They're pissing off the fans once again, and people are seeing through the lies, the deceptions of Disney. Here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard of a legendary character from Star Wars called Boba Fett, right? Pretty cool, badass character, okay? Here's the deal. He also is accompanied with a legendary ship called the Slave One. Pretty cool looking ship. Here's the deal though, ladies and gentlemen. Disney doesn't like the name Slave One because it has slave in the title, in the name of the ship. So, they recently tried to do something a little cheeky, something a little sneaky that people quickly realized. They're like, hold up, that ain't right here. So, you've heard of a thing called Lego, right? So, Lego is a big thing. Everyone loves Legos. I have like a bunch over here, bottom of my shelf there. And obviously, you know, there's Star Wars Lego sets, right? And so everyone's excited. They want to see the new Lego sets and, you know, things like that. So there are leaked images of like promo images of new Lego sets, new Star Wars Lego sets, right? But recently, people quickly realized when they were looking at the new promo images for the new Slave One Lego set, something wasn't right. Something wasn't right. They looked at the name and it said Boba Fett ship. They're like, why not just call it Slave One? Why not call the ship by its actual name? Well, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. We have answers. Let me go ahead and show you what I found on Twitter. Disney dropped the Slave One moniker for Boba Fett's ship in a Lego set. And it appears they don't want to use the old name going forward. So does this mean that they've completely removed the name Slave One from all canon? From everything? It's not going to be Slave One anymore. It's literally going to be Boba Fett's ship. So whenever Boba Fett's referring to his own ship, he's going to say, let's get inside Boba Fett. Let's get inside Boba Fett's ship. But Boba, why are you talking in third person? I don't know. I can't say the real ship's name anymore, so it's Boba Fett's ship. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the article. Let's read the truth here. Even years after George Lucas sold the Star Wars franchise to Disney, new changes continued to be made in the original trilogy. The latest tweak, Boba Fett's ship is apparently no longer called Slave One. Star Wars fans noticed the change thanks to the announcement of the new Mandalorian-themed Lego set featuring the iconic vehicle. Rather than calling it Slave One, the set is simply named Boba Fett's starship. I don't know how Disney didn't expect anyone to notice this, especially with how famous the ship is, how iconic the ship is. People are going to be like, wait a minute, why isn't it called Slave One? But, you know, people quickly put the dots together, you know, they connect the dots together and they realize, wait a minute. Oh, that's right, we're dealing with Disney. And don't you think it's kind of ironic that Disney does this, but at the same time they filmed Mulan, the live-action film, close to a concentration camp, and they tried to excuse themselves of it. It's just like, kind of stupid, kind of hypocritical, alright? If that's not clear to you, that that's obviously a political play right here, that they're trying to be, you know, friendly to the new age, to the new era, I don't know what is, okay? But it's clear as day for me, alright? And for a lot of people, it is as well. You're not fooling anyone, Disney. No one is happy with this change, alright? Only morons are happy with this change, alright? The fact that they think that the word slave in the context of this, where it's like Slave One, the name of the ship, is going to hurt anyone, I think is extremely foolish. You know, this isn't revolutionary. You know, this change does not, you know, cause any progression, you know, in society. You know what I mean? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. You know, having the name doesn't do anything, and taking away the name doesn't do anything either, except make people mad, okay? Because there's nothing wrong with the name. There's nothing wrong with the name Slave One, okay? I believe they tried to do the same thing with Princess Leia when she's in her slave costume. You know, they were like, let's get rid of that, but, you know, I don't care, all right? I really think you shouldn't either. This is fantasy. In the end of the day, you know, it's, who cares, alright? It's Slave One. It will always be Slave One. They can try to change it, but to everyone else, to all the fans, it's Slave One. Let's continue reading down here. Jedi News spoke to Lego designers Jen Convoyd, and that name, and Michelle Lee Stockwell, who confirmed the change was requested directly by Disney. Everybody is, said that name. It's probably not something which has been announced publicly, but it's just something that Disney doesn't want to use anymore, which is extremely unfortunate. Based on his comments, it would seem Disney is uncomfortable with the term slave being associated with one of the most popular Star Wars characters. Though Boba Fett has traditionally been portrayed as a villain in the franchise, his more heroic turn of The Mandalorian Season 2 may have something to do with this change. We'll have to see whether or not the ship's name comes up in the spin-off series, The Book of Boba Fett, which I think is coming out this year, which I am actually really excited for because I love me some Boba Fett. Alright, but I think what could happen here, right, is they won't even talk about the ship. Obviously, the ship will be in the show, right? Though if it isn't, that's a huge mistake. I'd be like, Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, the hell are you doing? Like bring back Slave One, bring back the ship. All right, it's not this cursed, thing. It's a beautiful ship. All right, but obviously the ship is gonna be there, but they're probably not going to mention or call the ship Slave One. They're probably just going to be like, get in this ship. I was like, oh yeah, that's Boba Fett's ship, stuff like that. These are easy things to avoid, just like calling it Slave One. I was like, oh yeah, that's Boba Fett's ship right there. Oh, whose ship is that? That's Boba Fett's ship. I mean, you don't even have to ask. I feel like everyone in the Star Wars universe knows the name of the legendary ship, the Slave One, or who it belongs to. But I think that's what they're going to do, is to, do their best to not mention it, mention the name. They might throw the name once in there to keep fans from, frothing from the mouth. But, it's still, I feel like it's still a thing that's gonna happen. It's a grand possibility, especially with Disney, so, at the end of the day, it's gonna happen. As long as they don't completely remove the name Slave One, I'll be fine with that. Like, if it's just for merchandise, as the article continues on saying, I think I'd be fine with that. But it's still stupid regardless. It's just really, really inconvenient. Or just like, it doesn't do anything. It just really doesn't do anything, Like, it's not solving any problems, or if you really think so, that's just on you, dude. It's not really smart. It's also worth remembering that this doesn't necessarily mean the ship's name has changed in the Star Wars universe. There you go. Which I really hope that's the case. Disney could be keeping the Slave One title as part of the official canon, but will refrain from using the branding on any all-ages merchandise. That would be similar to Marvel's approach to the X-Men villain Holocaust, which I had no idea. That was one of the names. That's really interesting. Who is normally reframed as Nemesis whenever an action figure is released. Okay, I feel like that's okay. That's fine. As long as they continue having the name without changing it, I feel like it's fine. If it were a name that were like completely offensive, like 100%, like for some reason back then they thought calling a ship, the N-word, N-word 55, N-word 55, I feel like that'd be fine. Okay, that'd be fine. I feel like that people will understand. They'd be like, okay, maybe we get it. Okay, we'll accept it. But slave, I don't know, dude. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Nor would this be the first case of Disney removing a controversial Star Wars element from its merchandising empire. In 2015, we've learned Disney was phasing out the use of the Slave Leia costume from Return of the Jedi, which, it's like, what do you want to call her then? It's like, just Leia? I mean, do you know how many I have? Do you want to know how many figures of Leia do I have? Let me see here. Hold on. I will count right now. So I have 1, 2 over there, 3, 4, 5, and if I don't see 6, no, 5. 5? I thought I had 6. What happened to the 6th one? Okay, so I have Bespin Leia, General Leia, Hoth Leia, Princess Leia from Episode 4, and Endor Leia. I thought I had another Leia. And you know what? You want to know something that's funny? They're still coming out with new Leias, and I'll gladly buy them because Leia is a badass character. I really love her. I didn't really appreciate her back then, but now I really do. I'm just like, yeah. Leia's a fucking badass. That's a real woman character right now. A real strong woman character that people should look up to. But, love to have Slave Leia, just to add to the collection, right? Which they did have at some point. I wonder if they will ever re-release it, which they do. You know, Hasbro does re-release characters. You know, they'll add updates to it, but, you know, when it comes to Slave Leia, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe the people who were able to get the first one got super lucky. You know, they'll be the only ones who own it. But, you know, at the end of the day, if they decide to re-release it, I don't think they're going to call it Slave Leia, which is kind of stupid. But, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But what do you guys think? Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section down below. I had a brain death moment right there. I apologize. But anyways, thank you everyone for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. You want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification to be notified of my next video. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.